Man, we about to jump in. But hold on. Let me say something. Let me say something right quick. If you don't like my videos or you don't like my content, you don't have to watch it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm supposed to feel something or care. But yeah, bro, just don't watch my content. I don't care. Like, it doesn't bother me that you don't like my videos or that you don't want to watch them. You don't have to watch them. There are people out there that will watch them, and there are people that agree with what I'm saying, disagree with what I'm saying, but want to hear my opinion. That's what this channel is for. It's opinion. It's opinionated. It's reaction videos and opinions. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what you was expecting. I don't know what you thought you was finna get. But in my description, I said that, though. I said this is a reaction video, bro. So, don't like my channel. Don't like my video. Be mad that I paused the video and talked for 10 minutes. Kiss my ass, too. Like, it's free. It's free, bro.
Live by the gun, die by the gun. This saying teaches us that the lifestyles we choose to live can often have unintended yet predictable outcomes. The subject of today's video,
I get paid. I'm gonna get paid either way, bro. So if you view it or if you don't view it, however it goes, somebody's gonna view it and I'm gonna get paid. So do as you please, but you don't gotta let me know that you don't like my videos, because I really don't care. And thanks for the comment, because I get paid for that as well too.
would come face to face with this lesson. In today's video, we'll be telling the stories of 3 rappers that died while in the act of trying to kill another person. But before we get into the video, please be sure to like and subscribe.
You're really just mad because my content style was fire, and I found a way. And I know you're wishing and praying on my downfall like Tommy G. Bro, I made a video like a week or two ago, and it was a reaction to something Tommy G did, and bro, he copyrighted me. Anybody that's trying to hate on my on what I'm trying to do, or trying to stop it, or trying to get it took down, something in my eye, bro. Something in my eye. Stop, bro. Like, that's just negativity. But what killed me is he copyrighted my video, bro, right? But then I go online like 20 minutes ago and I see, I'm gonna just show y'all, bro, so y'all can see the video, bro. I want y'all to see this shit, bro. I'm gonna just show y'all. I'm about to show y'all what it was, bro. Cause it here, this is the video, bro. This is what he uploaded, bro. This. He got to upload this and didn't get copyrighted. But when I do the same thing, I get copyright, bro. Man. We just gonna switch back over. But yeah, that's what I was mad about. Is that somebody else did the same. Somebody with more followers on YouTube than me did the same thing I did, and you didn't copyright them, bro. How many? 1.26. I got 800 subs, bro. Like, yeah, bro. That's petty, but just let y'all know how they rolling out here with us. Lame. Petty and
Big
lame.
Bucks Elo, real name Elijah McKinney, was from St. Louis, Missouri. Similar to cities like Chicago, Philadelphia, and New Orleans,
You probably know Mo P.
murder is commonplace in St. Louis. According to CBS News, it's the 2nd most dangerous city in America. St. Louis has heavy gang activity going on.
I think the number, let me just check. Let me just give y'all an live update right quick. Let me just check to see what's the number 1 city with highest murder rate. New Orleans, and then St. Louis, and then Memphis, and then Oakland, California. Yeah, that's crazy. Wait, I'm wrong. New Orleans, Memphis, St. Louis, Missouri is the 3rd. Baltimore is the 4th. And that's all it's showing, but that's crazy though.
And Elo was involved. He was a member of a gang called Big Bucks. Big Bucks primarily consists of 6 Deuce Crips, and they reside on Solway Avenue in North St. Louis. Elo was known for
If you a gang, I think that you wouldn't want people to know these things to avoid Ricos, but I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not in a gang. I'm not a rocket scientist either. I just kind of just think logically.
For allegedly being a top shooter in his
I
career.
think that you don't want people to know about your game. Like I get it's supposed to be fear and like you dominating the streets, but that's how a RICO case come.
And was thirsty to go after his opposition. St. Louis, similar to many cities with heavy gang activity, contained many gang members that also rapped. ELO was a drill rapper, and his songs primarily served as disses to his ops and described his life in the streets. One of Big Buck's main ops is another crew called The Six. On December 5th, 2016, ELO lost a close friend of his named Rookie, renamed Damani H, who died as a result of a drive-by shooting. It's rumored that members of The Six were allegedly responsible for this. More specifically, a rapper from The Six named KB6. Years down the line, ELO would run into KB6 and would go on a wild mission to kill him in order to avenge Rookie. That mission would ultimately cost ELO his life.
Get to that breaking news we are covering for you in North St. Louis. Police telling us several people have been shot and 3 of them have died. This happened just before 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Hey, her face when she said that, she said people have died.
In the Walnut
like,
Park West neighborhood.
On July 29th, 2020, ELO, his friend named Day Sav, real name Dejan Nearing, and another friend named J2Z, real name Joshua Emerson, were in a stolen car riding through the 5500
I don't know if that was a good street name or not.
block of Floyd Avenue at about 1:40 p.m. ELO was the driver, Day Sav was in the front passenger seat, and J2Z was in the back. As they were driving, they spotted KB. Upon spotting him, they opened fire, shooting him multiple times. Members of the Six were in the area and started shooting back at ELO and his crew, leading to a full-blown shootout. People who lived nearby told police they heard non-stop gunshots. During the shootout, both
things ringing out, you just know, get down.
ELO, Day Sav, and J2Z were all shot repeatedly. In the aftermath, KB, ELO, and Day Sav were all pronounced dead at the scene. KB was just 22 years old, and ELO and Day Sav were just 18 years old. J2Z, who was 17 at the time,
you need to get a soundboard and get RIP on there,
was taken to the hospital and ultimately survived his injuries. The killers of ELO and Day Sav weren't charged, most likely due to self-defense. J2Z was actually the one charged with all 3 murders. He was officially charged with 1 count of first-degree murder for the death of KB and 2 counts of second-degree murder for the deaths of ELO and Day Sav. Missouri law allows prosecutors to file murder charges if someone dies during the commission of a felony.
And it's like that a lot of places, man. If you're doing a crime and somebody dies in the commission of it, bro, you could, if you were involved, you could be charged for that murder, whether they was with you or not.
Even if the defendant did not directly cause the death. After 3 years, those charges were ultimately dismissed without prejudice, meaning they could possibly be filed again at a later date. The reason Jay's charges were dropped,
I thought it was no double jeopardies, but that's a double jeopardy,
is because all of the possible.
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys,
I mean, like I knew
Nina
about
just
double
built an
jeopardy.
app.
Impossible. Nina can't code.
Possible witnesses refused to respond and show up to court. In the end, ELO achieved his goal of killing his bitter enemy, but suffered the ultimate consequence as a result.
The life and death of Blumberg G.
Blumberg G's real name Anthony Watson was from North
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Philadelphia. He was a member of a set called Blumberg, also known as the Black Flags. The Black Flags primarily beef with Zoo Gang, Diamond Street, and Burke Street /2418. Blumberg G's would eventually start rapping and built a reputation for himself in the streets. Most of his songs were about killing his enemies. He was known for always being willing to go on a drill and never hesitating to fire his gun. This mentality would lead to G's eventually getting charged with murder. On August 23, 2020, a rival gang member to G's named Little Ranger, real name Hayward Garrison, was in the 2200 block of Diamond Street just after 1 a.m. when a gunman pulled up and opened fire. Little Ranger was struck, then he reportedly ran to the corner of Van Pelt and Diamond Street where he collapsed and was quickly picked up by a passing vehicle. While the car was driving to the hospital, the occupants flagged down a police cruiser that was responding to the shooting. Little Ranger was placed in the police car and taken to Temple Hospital where he passed away just after 1:30 a.m. at just 16 years old. Blumberg G's was allegedly the gunman in this incident. It is widely rumored that Little Ranger allegedly killed a Black Flag member named 40 earlier that year, and this is why Blumberg G's allegedly killed him. Blumberg G's was officially charged for the 2020 murder of Little Ranger in March of 2022, and he was placed on Philadelphia's most wanted list. Rather than turn himself in, G's would go on the run. While on the run, he didn't keep a low profile. Similar to the rapper Take K, he continued to
say this so people know. You're not gonna redo what TK did. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you're not gonna redo it. You're not gonna do it better. You're not, bro. That was like a one-time case scenario where bro was wanted for a bunch of murders, and then he said, "Well, I'm gonna just drop a song, bro," and it went. Like, everybody was bummed. I remember when I was on that, bro. I recorded a freestyle. I recorded my own little freestyle. Everybody got a freestyle to that race. If you want to be a rapper, trust me, you got to freestyle to that song.
Make music and post music videos on his YouTube channel, despite the fact that he was on
that time, Arlington. If you lived in Arlington at that time, bro, you know. And really, I ain't even gotta say Arlington, man. Really, anywhere in Dallas, forward DFW, anywhere in DFW, it was lit. That was lit. That year when TK blew up, it was lit.
On the most wanted list, and the police were looking for him. G's was on the run for over a year and was never caught. Ultimately, the police would never get the chance to arrest him, as G's would lose his life while attempting to kill one of his enemies. On May 31st, 2023, G's was sliding on members of Zoo Gang in the 1800 block of North Woodstock Street just after 8:15 p.m. Once spotting some of his ops, gunfire erupted. In the aftermath, G's was shot once in the head and was then rushed to Temple University Hospital.
So he must have not been sliding alone then. He must have had somebody with him for them to be able to take him to the hospital. Because the ops ain't finna take you to the hospital, bro.
Hours later, he would succumb to his injuries and be officially pronounced dead at just 21 years old. Members of Zoo Gang would claim that they were the ones that killed G's as he tried to slide on them, but members of the Black
It's like making it 21 is a hood trophy almost, because everybody be dying so young.
Black Flags and people online would claim that G's was
You basically one of the OG. If you make it to 21, you're considered an OG at that point, because a lot of people die young.
Accidentally killed by friendly fire by the person he was sliding with. The truth of what happened has not yet been officially confirmed. G's was wearing gloves and a mask when he died, so it was clear that he was on a drill when it happened.
Yeah. Hey, Bloodhound Lil Jeff.
Bloodhound Little Jeff, real name Jeffrey Harris, is a rapper and gang member from the east side of Chicago. He had two brothers and was raised primarily by his mother as his
He got two brothers. J Boogie, and I think he got another older brother, I'm pretty sure. But I've heard stories about J Boogie, and yeah.
Dad wasn't really around. He quit playing basketball after he didn't make the varsity team, so he looked.
That's a lot of kids in Chicago. They want to play basketball. Football ain't really that big, but yeah, some people that try to, go that route with football. But it's basketball in Chicago, because of Derrick Rose and fucking Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? The attention that they brought to it, it made all the kids. If you was from the 90s, or the 90s and back, you were saying, I want to be like Michael Jordan, if you was from Chicago. And if you was born in the 2000s, the 2010s, then you was probably saying, I want to be like Derrick Rose, because that's just like after, people be like Kobe, and they'd shoot a shot. In Chicago, people's like Jordan, and they shooting that shot, or they like Rose, and they shooting that shot. That's how it
for
goes.
Something else to do with his life. His rough upbringing.
Well, take that back. They gonna say Jordan and shoot, or they gonna be like, I'm like D Rose, and they gonna try to dribble through the legs and handle, have good handlement of the ball.
Led to him gravitating towards the streets. When Jeff was just 14 years old, his house was shot up and a bullet flew by his face, nearly hitting him. His older brother was active in the streets and would introduce Jeff to it. He officially jumped off the porch at 18 years old.
I watched this. I watched this happen. I watched it play out. Like I knew about Jeff when he was starting to get city buzz. Like when he was starting to catch on to everybody in the city before 2024 with that shooting. I had knew about bro a little bit before that. And then after that, once he dropped it's like his career just went overnight. When I say overnight, that was one exception to where somebody's career just blew up overnight because of what the streets was saying.
Jeff was a member of Drill City / Bloodhound, which claims the area of 79th and Maryland. They beef with BKN, Trap City, TYMB, 8 Trey Mob, and 800. Little Jeff was wild. He got a bullet tattooed on his face, but was always on Instagram Live dropping his location and displaying heavy artillery. Little Jeff became well known because he openly bragged on numerous occasions that he killed over 10 people and that he was a top killer in Chicago. The Bloodhound's primary beef is with another group called Trap City. Trap City and the Bloodhounds actually used to be cool with each other, but according to an interview Trap City members did, the beef started after members of the Bloodhounds allegedly stole a chain from a Trap City member. Both sides would start dissing each other, and eventually things escalated to
You know what's crazy? It's just me. I think, like if I was a detective or something, I'd think that these like rappers and these hood dudes, I think that they're not sharing chains. Like that's just what I think. I'd be like, bro, they not sharing jewelry. You know what I'm saying? But they definitely share jewelry, sharing guns, sharing cars, they sharing clothes, man. They sharing these woes, if you know what I'm
bloodshed.
saying.
On March 16th, 2023, a beloved member of the Bloodhounds named Z Money, real name Zaire Nelson, was shot and killed. It is widely believed that Trap City was allegedly responsible for this murder. Little Jeff said in an interview that the death of Z Money made him see red and made him cold-hearted. About 3 months later, Little Jeff would allegedly
The same thing that make you laugh will make you. The same thing that'll make you laugh will make you scream. And pain, agony, and anger. The same thing that you laughing about and trolling, it'll be the same thing that'll make you cry all night until your eyes don't got no more tears in them and your eyes is swollen. If you ain't never cried to that point, then you probably don't know what I'm talking about. But you balled out, like when Kevin Gates say I'm all balled out, or get the rapping and stuff like that, talking about like I'm all cried out. When your eyes is, you done cried so much, your eyes is swollen. Your eye ducts is swollen because you done cried so much. Same thing that'll make you laugh or make you cry.
avenge Z Money's death.
An old head told me that.
On June 25th, 2023, a Trap City member named Leo, real name Jaleel Goins, had just gotten to the back seat of a Lyft ride in the 1300 block of West Taylor Street in Little Italy just before 9 p.m.
If you see my other, if you've been with us for a little minute, then you know what I'm talking about these. This one too. This is one too. This is one of them too. This is definitely one of them too. But this right here, see that license plate, that MP9284. But there's no, it don't say nothing. This is a police car. This is an undercover police car. That's the undercover police car.
Street in Little Italy just before 9 p.m. when another car approached. Someone inside hopped out, walked up to the backseat window where Leo was sitting.
They ruined it. It was a ride share. They ruined that man's car. I know the insurance probably got him a new one, but bro, they ruined that man's car.
And opened fire.
He wasn't even a target. He didn't even get shot. Nothing. That was the crazy part. Nothing happened to the driver, just the passenger.
Leo was shot multiple times and rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead at just 19 years old. Little Jeff and other members of Bloodhound went on social media and pretty much openly confessed to being responsible.
The same thing that'll make you laugh and crack all them jokes would be the same reason you in tears
For Leo's murder, and that it was a get back for Z Money. Following this incident, Little Jeff would continue to kill. Little Jeff and Bloodhound used to be cool with members of BKN. In fact, there's videos of Jeff online hanging out with them. Well, everything changed after Jeff was allegedly robbed by BKN members for his watches. This made him want to get back at them as soon as possible. Well, he would allegedly do so.
It was a interview that they did on the Couch TV. I'm pretty sure it's on the Couch TV, and they in the apartment building just like this, like in the hallway, kicking it, doing their little thug deezy, and it's the dudes that robbed Jeff for his watches. They in the video, and they talking about, hey, look, it's Jeff, and like you could hear Jeff on the phone, like getting up, like, man, stop all that lame ass shit. He like, man, stop all that, like, no, don't get to trying to expose me. You know what I'm saying? Because Jeff was trying to figure out where they was, because Jeff wanted to get back.
In a horrific manner. On January 26, 2024, a BKN member named Monty, real name Ontario Williams, and another young man named
The innovative high school shooter
Rob, real name Robert Boston, were standing outside of their school.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy world we live in, bro. I didn't even know like how small Chicago is until I really thought about it. And I didn't know where this school was. I didn't go to high school in Chicago, so I didn't know where this high school was. So I was kind of confused and trying to get more understanding.
Innovations High School, when a group of masked gunmen jumped out of two vehicles in front of the school and opened fire. The gunmen let off dozens of shots, striking Monty and Little Rob multiple times in the chest. Both were rushed to the hospital, where Monty would be pronounced dead at just 17 years old.
I ain't gonna lie, what's the irony that he catch both of them coming out of the school and is able to wear
Little Rob would be
like imagine coming out of school and you cracking jokes with your homie, you not even thinking like, bro, we finna get the belt.
Pronounced dead at just 16 years old. Following this double homicide, Little Jeff went on social media openly bragging about being responsible, claiming that he and his
That's when he dropped they did what they did and had to pay the consequence.
crew killed them because they stole from him. Jeff had already started rapping at this point, but he hadn't had that much success. Him bragging so openly about this double murder actually made him go viral online, and all of his music began to boost in popularity.
At this point, out of everybody in Bloodhound, the two biggest stars, this is before Q50 took over, Jeff and Scoom was carrying that. And I'll give Real Vert was dropping music. He was dropping consistently too. I'll give him that. He was dropping like every week or two. But everybody knew Jeff. Everybody knew who Jeff was. And people was picking up on Scoom because Scoom was like, they was, the duo.
His music was rising in popularity, and people began to learn of his story and claims of allegedly having over 10 bodies. Jeff's fame continued to grow at a fast pace. Despite his rising fame,
I remember his first interview with DJU.
And finances, Little Jeff could never get over his bloodthirst, especially for members of Trap City. This bloodthirst would lead to his untimely death. On June 8, 2024, Little Jeff was in the 6600 block of South Roads at 5:14 p.m. with other members of the Bloodhounds looking for Trap City members. Once they spotted one, Little Jeff hopped out of the car shooting and chased his victim into a house. Once he reached the steps of the house, someone within the house returned fire and shot Jeff in the chest. The shooter then stood over Jeff and shot him up to 15 times. The people with Jeff shot back, but it was too late. Once the gunfire ended, Jeff's crew transported him to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead at just 21 years old. The whole shootout was caught on camera, and the footage went viral online. A member of Trap City named Rob is believed to be the gunman that killed Jeff. Rob is currently locked up for a separate gun charge. He was not charged with the murder of Jeff, likely due to Chicago's
mutual combat. This is what I was telling y'all about earlier, bro. What does mutual combat? If two people, uno and dos, decide, hey, let's shoot at each other. Okay, I got a gun, you got a gun. Let's shoot at each other. In Chicago, they're not doing they don't care. They're not, okay, that's cool. Y'all do y'all thing. We don't care. We're not coming. Don't call 911 when one of y'all die, because we're not coming. Where we don't care. That's cool. It's mutual combat. Y'all both signed up to die. We're not coming now.
Mutual combat law that has been applied to other Chicago shootouts in the past. Following his death, Little Jeff's notoriety has grown to new heights, and he has become the face of modern drill music.
What I do pray is, and I know AMF probably can, help with that, But I pray that the checks for all that music, because that music blew up, bro. That music got some paper behind it. I pray that money gets to Jeff's mother, for real, because that's just sad. Like, yo, son. And then yeah, son, slide on them dudes that was laying in the bed with you. I just pray, bro.
This
Pray.
lifestyle is crazy.
This
There's
crazy
truly
world
no
we live in.
winners. It seems
But
everyone who
I know on some of the music, Jay Boogie was like, when they clear the check, I'm getting mama a home. So hey, I hope bro follow through with his word, man. I hope he wasn't just saying that, you know.